Now we are at the Taman Wetland Putrajaya.
Biodiversity mainly refers to the variety and variability of life existing on the planet Earth. The term biodiversity usually refers to the process of measuring the variation at the genetic, species, and ecosystem level. Biodiversity plays a vital role in boosting the ecosystem.
We all need to conserve biodiversity as it leads to the conservation of essential ecology diversity to preserve the continuity of food chains. In-Situ is one of the strategy practiced for the preservation of a variety of living species globally.
We have agreed to make a research in wetland park located at Putrajaya, Precinct 13, which is about 15 minutes from our place, UiTM Dengkil. The wetland park is officiated by Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, our fourth ministry, in 2 February 2001. The wetland perform as an important ecological role and functioning as the kidney of Putrajaya. They ensure harmony and balance in the ecosystem through natural infiltration of sediment, nutrient, and contaminant from two main rivers that flow into Putrajaya Lake, namely Sungai Chua and Sungai Bisa. What do we have in wetland?
Let me tell you guys about In-Situ conservation. In-Situ conservation means the conservation of a species in its natural habitat and the maintenance and recovery of viable population of species in their original place. It is the method of conserving all the living species, especially the wild and endangered species, in their natural habitats and environment. In-Situ conservation of biodiversity includes biosphere reserves, national parks, and wildlife sanctuaries.
Did you guys ever wonder what is the purpose of this Putrajaya wetland? So let me show you what is the purpose of this wetland. Okay, so first, these wetlands are considered as Putrajaya kidneys. Why is it? It is because it plays the important role in ensuring ecosystem in Putrajaya. It is balanced by a natural filtration of two major rivers, which are the Chua and Sungai Bisa. So the second purpose of this wetland is it functions as a flood control system for the Putrajaya Lake.
Apart from providing an essential part of the ecosystem, it forms an expansive area for recreation and education.
So today we are going to discover the type of species that can be found in Taman Wetland.
Firstly, we are at the Flamingo Pond. Let's go. So we can see that there are two types of species from two kinds of animal that can be found here.
There is native flamingo and marble duck. The third species that can be found is monkey.
The first species is stork.
Mynteria leucosi-pala, which known as painted stork, is one of migratory birds in wetland. Painted stork live in freshwater marsh, pond, and flooded field.
Wetlands, where land meets water, are vital habitats for millions of migratory waterbirds across the globe.
There are many types of plant species that can be found in wetland, which are Scarpis grossis, Philodroma nuginosum, and also Eugonium longifolium. The type of animal species that can be found there are purple heron, Oriental magpie robin, and lastly, Eurasian tree sparrow.
So here's the list of the species that can be found here in Swan Lake. So firstly, we have the painted stork, white pelican, white swan, purple heron, grey heron, Egyptian geese, black swan, Chinese geese, little heron, and pink-backed pelican.
And there is a painted stork and black swan. But as we can see here, there are only black swan, Egyptian geese, and painted stork. Do you guys know what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is a biological community of interacting organisms and their physical environment.
A wetland is an area of land that's either covered by water or saturated with water. The water is often groundwater that sits from an aquifer or spring. Wetland water can also come from a nearby river or lake. Seawater can also create wetlands, especially in coastal areas with strong tides.
Sometimes, the wetland is completely covered with water throughout the year. However, the duration and the depth flooding varies during this time of year. Wetlands are also transition zones, meaning they are neither completely dry land nor completely underwater, but have characteristics of both.
Soil saturation determines the vegetation around it. Wetland plants, called hydrophytes, are uniquely adapted to moist soil. Seasonally dry wetlands or slow-moving wetlands can usually support trees and other supporting vegetation. Flooded wetlands are more often dominated by moss or grass.
Wetlands comprise areas that transition between terrestrial areas and aquatic areas. The wetlands ecosystem represents a richly diverse web of plants and animals interacting together. Wetlands ecosystem also exhibit great sensitivity to disturbance from outside influence, particularly by human development and environmental damage. Wetlands ecosystem provide the world with natural storm barriers, environmental cleansers, and food and water resources for many forms of life.
So, what's the importance of wetlands?
So, first and foremost, these Putrajaya wetlands contain a variety of plants, animals, and water bodies that provides a beautiful places for sightseeing, hiking, fishing, hunting, boating, birdwatching, and photography.
Next, the importance of wetlands is for water quality. Wetlands acts as natural water purifiers, filtering sediments and absorbing many pollutants from surface waters. In some wetland systems, this treatment function also improves groundwater quality. Moreover, it is also important in flood control and flood protection. Wetlands along rivers and streams absorb energy and store water during storms, reducing flood damage and the risk of flash floods. The slow release of this stored water over time can help keep streams flowing during droughts.
The importance of wetlands is for education. Our nation's wetlands are rich ecological, cultural, and historical resources that provide countless opportunities for environmental education and public awareness programs.
Disaster reduction. Mangrove forests provide protection and shelter against extreme weather events such as storm winds and floods. Mangroves absorb and disperse tidal surges associated with these events. For instance, a mangrove can reduce the destructive force of a tsunami by up to 90%.
Migration rest area. Wetland provide important resting location for migrating birds like tundra swans, songbirds, and more.
Pretend I'm fine. I just wanna